As simple as that. Okay, hey, how you doing? Well, we were camping, since we're kind of isolated through this virus situation. We were camping, we were learning as we went, and we picked up on a few things that could have been really handy. There's a couple campsites that didn't have water, and there's some places that we're gonna end up that we may not have water. So I came up to this conclusion. I mean, this isn't for everybody, but I mean, you could use this either way with a wagon or anything like that to carry water from point A to point B, or even for your RV itself. It doesn't even need to be for horses. It could be just for an RV. But our biggest problem is that we really didn't have a whole lot of places that didn't have water. You had to run a garden hose 5 miles over to get water for your RV, or you had to close everything up to move the RV over to get water. I kind of came up with an idea that could help you. It's definitely going to help me. I know that. But I do have, we do travel with 2 horses and 2 motorcycles, and I think this idea or an invention could be used in a wagon. Like I said, it could be used in a wagon, or it could also be used in a motorcycle trailer. Now, we did have this motorcycle trailer for my motorcycle. Now, unfortunately, we never did take it with us, and trust me, that was our number one thing that we missed, not bringing it with us. So this time, if we do go, we will have the trailer, and I will show you how the system works. We'll test it here, but anyways, this is our trailer for my motorcycle. And like I said, there's the inside, and I really needed something to fit in between here in order for it to work. So what I came up with is that I happened to come across the junk camper trailer. It was falling down, and the guy's gonna get rid of it, and I got a bunch of parts off of it, which was awesome. So I did get this water tank. Now what I want to do, here's the water tank. Here's what I want to do is I want to convert this water tank to be a portable water tank that I can take, and if I need water for the horses, I can take this down to the lake and pump water into it, and then turn around and bring it back up to the campsite to pump it back out for the horses in their buckets and stuff. Or I can even use this for nice clean water for an RV. So here's all the amenities that you need really to make this all work. Now I did get the pump out of the RV, and I got some of these parts off the RV. There's some more parts right here. I got these out of that scrap RV, and here's the pump. And like I said, everything here, I'm gonna create a water tank that's portable that I can use for anything. And really, it's all simple. If you can just get a cheap camper, I mean, you could literally build this for yourself, so you don't have to move your RV or move your rig to go get water. This system will work for water and bring water to your RV. Now, like I said, you can put this in a wagon, and just to show you, yeah, here's the tank. See, the water tank will fit perfectly inside this. So this is going to be my water go-getter. And if I want, I can take it out and it'll be a grocery getter. I can go get groceries and stuff like that. So, but that's just our option that we have. But we're going to convert this to be a self-contained water pump system. So we can, and I'll demonstrate it after. But right now we're going to put it together. This bracket actually looks like, see, it's one of these brackets. That's what the bracket looks like. Now what I did is I flattened it out, and I'll explain to you why I did that. But for right now, watch closely. I'm gonna put this together so we have a portable water system that we can go and get water without moving the RV, without doing all that. And this here will be ideal for anybody, or you, me. I mean, you could use it in a wagon, and like I said, it's a cheap way of making a water system. You could throw this in the back of your truck and take it to your RV. But anyways, let's get to it, and I'll show you how it's done. Now this here is just a scrap piece of board that I got. It was actually already done. You can use any board for this, preferably this thickness, because you definitely don't want screws to go through and get into the tank. But this was a nice piece, and I thought, well, it'd look awesome on here. So, but I mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be this fancy. It could be just a plain board. But we're gonna put that on there. Now the most important thing is there's an arrow. There's an arrow right here, and on one of these, one of those has an arrow which way the water runs. So the water runs this way. So the suction, where it sucks the water, is from here. That's what this part is. This part here goes on here, just like so. Oops, hang on. You don't want to cross thread it. Okay, I think we got it. Now this piece here, this here will go from there to there, but we're going to have it joined up with one of these, which will bring the elbow that way. Okay, now we got this all going. Here's how it all works. This is your intake, and this is your outtake. So let's just use this as an example. We'll hook this up. Now, well, I got such a long hose here. I don't need all this hose, so we'll just toss all that. This is the end of it. Stick it in the water, and so anyways, so we got that in the water, and this here is going to be our hose to fill up our RV. Now, in order to fill up your water tank from the pail, you want to convert this so it's like that. So it's going to pump from here, which will be the water from the, let's get that over here. So that'll basically run through here, and then this here will go right like that. See? So you basically just stick the end of your hose in here, and then when the water starts pumping, it's going to pump right into here. And I'll show you from there how that works. So now what we'll do is we'll hook the battery up. Negative, positive. We hook the battery up, which runs into the cord to the system. We'll turn the water on. And as you see, water is being now sucked into here and into the tank. You see how the water's pumping? It'll pump the water out of that pail and into the tank. So that'll fill up the tank, and then like I say, it's basically running through all this. But anyways, short version, it just goes from the water from can go from water from a lake. You can add filters on it. You can add like a filter system on it, which is those RV filters. We could have hooked that up here and had that that connected, so then it would go through the filter before it goes into your tank. This is household water, so it's okay. So we don't need a filter for this system right now, but in the future, when I go to do it, I'm gonna have a water filter system on it. Yeah, like I say, and look how much it's already sucked down, and it runs just perfect. And like I say, this here, basically you could use this to suck water out of a lake or something like that, or a freshwater pond or something. I don't know, whatever. Like, but you can make up a whole system the way you want it. I will, like I say, be able to suck water out of a lake because we have horses, so I'll be using this more or less for basically getting water to my horses. But now on the other hand, like I say, you don't have to have this system right here, this piece. You could just have this connected right to the pump and pump it right from the tank into this, and just like I say, you just take the cap off, and you can just take it over to where you can get water if they pump it, and like at a campsite. But you say if you're camped here and the water supply is way over there, you could take this on the back of your pickup truck, take it down there, put the hose, bring a hose and just fill the water up in here, bring it back to your campsite, and then turn around and pump. And I'll show you how that pumps back out at here. You could pump it right into your RV, and you wouldn't have to move your whole RV and put your slide outs in. We all know how much of a pain in the butt that is. So this is a good invention. It's just a slap together stuff. Like I say, this is a used pump out of an RV. I'll give you the information off of it. There's the info. That's the info off of it. So you can, like I say, As gay as this thing looks, it's handy, big time handy. We're getting down on water here, and you can see the water inside the tank there through the sun. But like I say, you don't need all this hose that I have. You really don't need all this hose, but I'm just trying to demonstrate how this system works. And we're pretty much almost empty out of this pail here. Okay, now we're empty. So now we're gonna shut off the pump. I just have like a simple switch. What I'm gonna do is disconnect this hose right here. So now we don't need this hose. This hose here was just to run it into the pail. Now we're gonna pull this hose out, right? We're gonna pull this hose out. We're gonna put the cap back on. But now what we're gonna do is, well, I could use this pail. I'm gonna put this back over here. So now, for an example, if I'm gonna water my horses, or you know, put it back into my RV, this is what it'll look like. I turn this valve here. I turn that valve. So now the valve's turned. So now it's not gonna suck out of here, it's gonna suck out of this line. And then we turn it back on. And then see, you can pump that right into your RV. Or you can fill up your horse's water. So I'm assuming by the level, I could probably get a few days out of that water. But this is pretty much how the whole system works.